Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're talking about something a lot of people wonder about. How much does car insurance cost in Virginia? And whether you're shopping for coverage for the very first time, or you're just curious about what people are paying, this video will break it all down for you in a very simple, straightforward way. So, let's get right to it. On average, if you're carrying full coverage on your car in Virginia, you can expect to pay around $2,084 per year. That works out to about $174 a month. Now, if you're just looking for liability-only coverage, the average is a lot less, about $708 a year, or around $59 a month. But keep in mind, these are just averages. Your rate could be higher or it could be lower, depending on a few key things. One of the biggest factors that impacts how much you'll pay is your driving record. If you've got a clean record, no accidents, no speeding tickets, you're in a good spot. But if you've had a few bumps in the road, maybe a fender bender or a speeding ticket or two, you'll likely see those rates go up. Insurance companies see you as a higher risk, and they adjust the price accordingly. Age is another big one. Younger drivers, especially teens or people in their early 20s, usually pay more. Why? Well, because they have less experience behind the wheel, and statistically, they're more likely to get into accidents. The good news is, as you get older and build up a good driving history, those rates tend to go down. And then there's the type of car you drive. So if you're cruising around in a luxury car or a sports car, expect to pay more for insurance. Those vehicles cost more to repair or replace. And then also they tend to attract more attention on the road, sometimes the wrong kind of attention. On the other hand, if you're driving a more practical car like a sedan or a crossover with good safety ratings, your insurance is probably going to be more affordable. Coverage choices also make a big difference. So if you go for higher liability limits or you add things like comprehensive and collision coverage, your premium is going to be higher. But you're also getting more protection. So it's a balance between what you can afford and what makes sense for your situation. And don't forget about where you live. Now, in Virginia, rates can vary a lot from one place to another. If you're in a bigger city with more traffic and a higher risk of accidents, like Richmond or Virginia Beach, you'll probably pay more. If you're in a more rural area, you might get a better rate just because there's less traffic and less risk. Now let's talk about how you can save on your car insurance in Virginia. One of the easiest ways is to shop around. Get quotes from different companies and see who's offering the best deal. You might be surprised at the difference in prices for the same coverage. Another great way to save is by bundling your policies. If you have home or renter's insurance, adding your car insurance to the same company can give you a discount. And always ask about discounts, whether it's for being a good driver, taking a defensive driving course, or getting good grades if you're a student. These can all lower your premium. You can also consider increasing your deductible. Just keep in mind that while it lowers your monthly payment, it means you'll pay more out of pocket if you ever have to file a claim. Now, Virginia has minimum coverage requirements too. Right now, the state requires at least $50,000 in bodily injury liability per person, $100,000 per accident, and $25,000 for property damage. But honestly, those limits may not be enough if you're in a serious accident. It's often a good idea to bump up those limits a little bit, and it usually doesn't cost much more to do it. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that helps make insurance easier to understand. Have a question? Drop them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.